I have been the owner of the Vikini from the last 5 years. This was the first laser which came to my clinic, and I think that most of us who start our aesthetic practice, the first laser we often buy is a hair removal laser. The reason why we buy a hair removal laser is you can do all the treatments, like for acne you can do chemical peels, for pigmentation you can do chemical peels. You can get away by doing a treatment for all the skin ailments that the patient presents with, except for hair. For the hair you need a laser. There is no other treatment option that you can offer to your aesthetic client for facial hair, excessive body hair, other than a laser. So I have been using lasers from the last 13 years, and predominantly the most commonly sought after treatment is hair reduction. So I have worked with number of machines including lasers like Nd:YAG lasers and diode lasers, and when I started my own practice and I wanted to buy a machine, I made a list of all the things that I wanted in a laser. I wanted a laser which could be dependable, which would be cost effective, and which would be pain free, because patients are asking more and more pain free or low pain machines. So I was looking at a machine which would be cost effective, which would be not so painful for my patient, and would deliver good results in thick and thin hairs. So when I came across the Vikini, which seemed to meet all my specification, I asked them for a trial of the machine. They were kind enough to provide me a trial of the machine for about 2 weeks, where I observed the machine in its practice. Initially, when I felt the machine, it has got a optimum cooling of the tip which goes up to -4 degrees. I was so surprised that I was not even able to feel the pain when the treatment was in motion. And I was so surprised that I thought that the results will not be there, because I couldn't feel any pain at all. I am one of those old school doctors who used to believe if there is no pain, there is not going to be any result in hair reduction. And here, to my surprise, I felt patients coming back after 2 months to tell me there was no hair growth, and this is what I had observed in all my treated patients. And so 2 months later, I was very happy to call Skinovation and said, I want to buy this laser. That was my beginning of my journey with Vikini. Let us see how this machine performed over the last 5 years in my practice. I'm very happy to say there has not been a single day when we have not worked with Vikini in the clinic ever since it's come to the clinic. This is because even after I started my practice, I believe we never did any advertisement for the laser. All we did is we put up the standee in front of our clinic opening to say that, we have this treatment available. Hair removal laser is something which is sought after by anybody, like people who would just walk into the clinic for some unrelated problem. When they know that this treatment is available, started asking and inquiring and walking in for these treatments, and that became like something like a it was the workhorse of the clinic. So it kept making money for itself and for the other machines which I bought after it. Vikini is a machine which has 3 different modes. It has DP1, which is a delivery pulse 1, which works like your shot mode. So every time you are going to do the shot in the diode laser, the traditional diode lasers, it is the stacking mode in DP1. In DP2 is a specific mode which has been developed by these people to target very fine or vellus hair. This is the hair which is more troublesome for most aesthetic patients, because it doesn't do as well as your thick hair. And the third one, which is the FDP mode, is the in motion technology to target the hair without any pain. The FDP mode is a specific mode called in motion technology. It comes with a grid. So you mark out a grid, and then depending on the size of the grid, you calibrate the total cumulative energy which has to be delivered. This allows me to function very easily, because in this mode the joules which are being delivered is very, very low. So the chances of pigmentation, burning is almost impossible. So it allows me to delegate this job of doing the FDP treatment to my junior doctor or my therapist when I step away to do more consultation. So it frees up my time and is a money spinner. I think this Vikini is a machine which I think every clinic needs.